Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be doing another ASMR video where I read my own writing. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading My Neighbor Is Watching Me. I'm gonna be reading my poetry that I've written in the past 3 weeks. This one is called Birthday. It began on a day of winter, an early Tuesday specifically. Need in the form of tears falling from newly opened eyes and blood-red skin dripping with viscera. The 9-month kingdom of warmth, not enough preparation for the coldness of this world. Lights much too bright for a being too small. Both tears and breath stopping for a long interval of several seconds. The hearts of the ones in the room stopping along with them before they began again, bringing relief to the world once more. A fragile Capricorn was invited to the unforgiving earth with no choice but to live among plagues and monsters, and her name was welded into the roots of the world, eventually learning to see the light of the stars before the inevitable end of the story she brought to the earth. Number 2 is called Past Lovers. What I once longed for with all of my bleeding heart seemed to be as sweet as the nectar of blossoming cherry trees, and seemed to contradict my cold sadness with the heat of golden summer suns. I once felt as though I was home, even without a house to keep me sheltered. Resembling the pestilent flames of an undying fire and the frigid ache of ice that could not be melted, I journeyed on with enough love in my heart to paint entire galaxies, until one day rain and tears alike met the earth, for the love-stained galaxies above were no longer meaningful. From the ashes of my lament, newborn life arises, and with the once painfully harsh ache of the longing aside, in due time, acceptance and newfound peace will come with arms open wide, bringing joyous life and meaning back to an unwilling and unforgiving heart. Sometimes happiness is not stored within the golden treasure chest that first catches your eye and steals your love away. Sometimes it lies in the heart of the songbird, perched on the branch in the middle of the path you won't reach until at peace with life and its heartbreak. The sour nectar of the cherry was never meant to touch my lips and convince me it was as sweet as a peach, but it did. And when the heat of the summer finally forced the spring-born trees into inevitable slumber, I realized this longing was never as happy as I once believed it to be. Although my own delusions left me aching, weary, and quite broken, I do not put myself or the fruitful trees at fault, nor do I curse the stars for planting the seed in the earth and casting the spell of a desperate love upon me. Accepting the revelation the heavens had so painfully bestowed upon me was the first step to remembering what happiness is, not galaxies stained with something sour and weak, but peaceful journeys to something lighter, something as warm as the spring sun. Number 3 is called Girls. Known to be sweet and full with emotion, the feminine deities that make my heart soar to worlds unknown have hearts as soft as the silky and golden or reddened or raven-colored tresses falling down from their heads. As daughters of Venus, their beauty is not of earth, but a place far beyond our mortal world, past the stars and the heavens, above the damaged grounds we walk upon, venturing past the place we know to somewhere more worthy of their tempting allurement. To touch them is to touch the delicate wings of a butterfly, seemingly fragile yet strong and able to travel miles through burning heat to openly drink from marigolds or even daisies. To look at them is to gaze into the glittering sky above, or to breathe in the pure essence of beauty, never stopping to exhale once started. To lie with them is to feel pure and heavy moonlight upon unwrinkled satin sheets, and to know warmth in places that were once far too cold. When one dances swift and becoming across wooden floors, or sets flowers in her gentle and beloved hair, formerly batting eyelashes, then settling upon rosy pink cheeks and plump lips moving into a small smile. Hearts flutter as swift as the very dance before them, yearning to be loved or even cherished by her own kind heart beating underneath her breast. Large as the vast star-ridden sky above, or small as toadstools upon the mossy forest floor below, whether her beautiful skin has been made pale by the grasp of winter, or darkened by the rays of golden sun she has longed for, searched for, beautiful souls hidden beneath a sculpted and tough surface, and smooth lips perfect for being gently pressed against another's. To fall in love with a woman is to cross the fiery path of Eros himself, to be shown the wondrous beauties of the world only by looking into the shimmering eyes of the ones we call muses. It is knowing the feeling of home as a person instead of a place. It is soaring through cloudless skies on a summer night with your own love guiding you past the darkness of midnight and taking you instead to the beginning of dawn, where mourning doves mourn and songbirds sing the cities awake from dream-filled slumbers. To fall in love with a woman is to be under the intoxicating spell of passion, wishing to never have the spell reversed, spending days thinking of her soft touch, yearning for the love she shows in her glowing eyes when they meet your own. And to fall in love with a woman is to fall in love with the earth itself, succumbing to the greenery beneath you and becoming entangled in the viridescent vines, letting flowers grow over to bring a new life to your heart that you never knew you belonged to until you fell for her. A bringer of both adventure and calamity, one made of dreams and wishes, one as sweet as the very flowers growing through your veins and becoming a part of you. And as you drown in earthly love, you will only be able to wish for one thing, for the flowers surrounding you to never turn to ash, but to instead grow until the last breath leaves your sinking chest and the light fades from your love-stricken eyes for the rest of all eternal life. I already only have one left. Sad. This one doesn't have a name yet. If I was in love, I would write it in the stars above. The entirety of the human-bearing world below our heavens would hear the tale of the one that made my heart sing the symphony of 1,000 doves. My words of confession would spill onto pages like rain from the darkened clouds and soak the paper red with the very passion seeping from my delicate heart. If I was in love, the entire outside world would be found peripheral, the existence of others alone a mere dream I once had many lives before my lustful journey, and my love would outshine even the brightest of luminary flecks of light casted among the darkness of night skies throughout every vision of life our eyes have had the pleasure of seeing. My song, full of want, would bless the ears of all who have the chance to encounter me, and upon seeing the glow love offers upon my chestnut-colored skin, or the warmth delved into the browns of my darkened eyes, their ears would perk up, pondering who my words of love belong to. If I was in love, I would not forget it. Love is missed as deeply as the sand misses the touch of the sea on days when the waves are calm and unseen. Love is the sudden longing for warmth of summer in the dead of winter, when soft fingers are turned blue with the cold of loneliness. If I was in love, perhaps unforgiving clouds would not storm over seas so tumultuously. If I was in love, perhaps blood-dry veins living in the cracks of my skin would not be so blue. If I was in love, perhaps it would not hurt so much. Okay, kids, that's all for today. There seemed to be noise outside, so I'm sorry if that ruins the video. Buy my book on Amazon in like 4 months. See you then, ladies.